Salam Sejahtera, and thank you for being here together with me. My name is Roni Ambrus Kobili. I am the Chief Program Officer of Pembangunan Sumber Manusia Berhad, or widely known as the Human Resource Development Fund. Today's discussion is about the Industrial Skill Framework. The Industrial Skill Framework done and developed together with the industry with HRDF is actually intended to be the reference document for individuals, particularly those who are working in the industry, the employers themselves, as well as the training providers, to guide them in terms of what are the skills required currently in the industry according to the job position that exists. Therefore, the focus of this document is actually mostly on skills or competencies requirement that are at level 4 equivalent or above, based on the National Occupational Skills Standard. And the development of this document was actually done together with not only by HRDF but also together with the industry players as well as the associations. In a nutshell, this document is actually intended for multiple stakeholders. The main one will be the individual employees, for them to actually look into their preparations toward going into the industry, either in terms of how to pursue or which area of education that they would like to pursue, as well as how they intend to develop themselves once they are into the industry. And the second stakeholders is actually referring to the employers. Now, this is such an important for the employers because by having this document, employers would actually be able to plan their human capital development within their industry, particularly their own organizations. And last but not least, it's also meant for the training providers. As far as the training providers is concerned, this document can become their main reference in terms of what courses should they be developing and how best should these courses be delivered to the industry, particularly their clients. So the document itself comprises of 4 components, which is the first one is on the sectoral information. Now, this sectoral information is significantly important in order to be able for the viewer or for the readers to actually understand the dynamic of the industry that they are looking into. And the second component is actually on the career pathway. The career pathway is significantly important in order to give a guidance and guideline for those who are actually intending to come into the industry. For those who intend to come to the industry, by understanding the career pathway that exists in that industry, they would roughly know where do they start and how to go to the next level by equipping what skills that are required. And the third component, which is the job and skills description itself, would actually help the individuals to actually understand what are the skills required in order to perform those particular jobs for them to actually equip themselves. And the last but not least components of the document is actually referring to the training programs. This is the area where the readers would actually understand what types of training that is actually required in order for them to be able to acquire those skills that have been identified in the third component earlier. So ladies and gentlemen, the whole development of the Industrial Skill Framework has actually gone through a tedious process. In summary, there are 6 steps that being encountered in order to develop one particular skill framework. It starts by having a draft of how the entire document will look like, and followed by the review of the skill framework based on the existing document. Now, I think it's worthwhile to mention that the Industrial Skill Framework does not intend to replace any good document that already exists in Malaysia. We do have frameworks that currently existing, for example, those under the National Occupational Skills Framework, as well as the Malaysian Qualification Framework. So what this document or the Industrial Skill Framework document intend to do is to understand what are the offerings that are currently available by all these skill frameworks, and to identify those skills area that are currently needed by the industry. So this will take place in the second steps. The third step follows with the series of workshops that are being conducted together with the subject matter experts. And the next one is followed by the validation, which the document will be validated by the industry players themselves as a panelist. And it will move to the next step, which is the 5th step, where the document will be presented, deliberated, with a particular platform which we call at the sectorial training committees. And last but not least, only through the endorsement by the sectoral training committees, which are represented by the industry players themselves, then it will be brought to HRDF management for final approval. So the entire process of developing the industrial skill framework comprises of all these 6 steps. As of today, I'm proudly to inform that HRDF has actually launched 4 industrial skill framework, of which the machinery and equipment will be the 5th document that we are going to launch. And all these documents are currently made available in HRDF portal. I would gladly invite all of you during your spare time to go through all these documents and perhaps to download those documents that are relevant to you. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank our partners who have been tirelessly worked together with us in developing this skill framework, particularly the Malaysian Productivity Corporation, the Machinery and Engineering Industries Federation, MEIF, Machinery and Manufacturers Association, MEMA, and last but not least, to our sectorial training committee members who have been together with us. Again, thank you so much for developing this industrial skill framework by the industry for the industry. Thank you.